Hi, Nick Esposito here with the Esposito Strength Club. I'm going to be talking about some weighted baseballs today in my personal experience. So I hope this helps anyone watching. I hope this has, if you guys have any questions, definitely reach out to me. There is a recent study that came out with Mike Reinold and several other, doctors, Lenny McCreena, and a few other like Dr. James Andrews, who's, all these guys are at the forefront of elbow injuries and shoulder injuries and repairing them and having, great success with the physical therapy side of things. So I just wanted to go over my personal experience with weighted baseballs. I was exposed to weighted baseballs in 2006, 2007, while I was in college. Previous injury history, I had Tommy John surgery when I was 17, so I was just at the very end of like my full recovery, getting back to like what I felt was 100%. I had a longer rehab process due to not really spending time prior to my surgery doing anything that was going to strengthen my arm or strengthen my elbow or help that recovery process after. So that was a completely separate thing. But as I got into the weighted baseballs, we started a throwing program after our fall season. That fall was probably the best I felt. I was like 84 miles an hour, 86. I think I touched like 87 that fall. Feeling really good. And, we went into a weighted ball program, which I believe we were throwing all the way up to 21 ounce or 28 ounce baseballs as well as underweight. And I'm sure my mechanics weren't the best. And when you mix, not the best mechanics together with weighted baseballs, it's not going to, end well, which was basically what happened to me. My velocity dropped. I went from, like I said, like 84 to 86. By the time spring rolled around, I was like barely touching 80 miles an hour. We had a lot of pitchers experiencing the same exact thing, just a lot of decrease. We did have some injuries come forward with that. But my personal side of it, the study that Mike Reinold did, there was a 24% injury rate, and half of those occurred during the study, and the other occurred after in the next season, which is literally what I experienced. The very next year, I had a slap tear, so I started having some labral issues, which is apparently pretty common with the weighted baseball side of stuff, at least from my personal experience. So that study that was shown was literally what happened to me. So I was 100% one of those people that, had a similar impact with that. So, I just want people to realize that, throwing a max effort ball, when you're young or when you're going through some previous injuries, and like I was going through some Tommy John stuff, they never really felt good on my arm at all. But, being in the setting I was in, it's either you do it and you potentially play, or you don't do it and you get to be that guy on the side that the team's not really pulling for, and you're kind of viewed as the goat to the side, which you don't want to be in that position really as a player. So you kind of got to make those decisions. But there's a lot coming out, and I recommend looking into it, looking into the research. Don't just go with the flow of things and just do it because you're going to increase your velocity. A lot of programs can increase your velocity, like a structured weightlifting program can increase your velocity. There's a lot of studies that have shown that as well. There's programs that have a lot of success, like the programs that we have at Champion, or some of my previous clients that I've had through the lifting standpoint that had some really good success with increasing their velocities. So I hope this helps, and definitely let me know if you have any questions. Hit the comments below, and we can get a good conversation going on this.